respect the flag. That's all I can say.
Alrighty then. This is Biden 18. Had to reshoot it. Didn't have the freaking microphone on. Hate this camera. He's letting in 25,000 refugees across our southern border over the next couple of weeks. He's just letting them in. They're not being tested for the China virus. You know they're not wearing masks if you just look at the video. You can't go to Canada. Can't come back from Canada. But yet you can go and come in on our southern border. That's perfectly fine. He wants to do that. He is doing that. That's already done. He's already doing that. Keystone Pipeline has immediately cost 10,000 jobs. It's going to cost up to 50,000 jobs. Price of gas is already $2.70 or $2.60 here in Michigan, $2.70. It's going to jump next week another 30 cents. Nationwide, gas prices are going up, and that's because of the Keystone Pipeline. By shutting down the Keystone Pipeline, it is not going to stop Canada from selling that. All they're going to do is build a pipeline to the west coast and sell it to China. Well, why not? Either way, it's coming out of the sand, the mud flats. It's still coming out of there. It's still going to go into the atmosphere. Let it come through the United States, North Dakota, South Dakota, all the way down. There's 14 states that are going to make money on the pipeline, either directly from jobs or taxes. Alaska, they don't pay an income state tax in Alaska because when they built the pipeline across Alaska, and everybody remembers that from the 70s, but anyway, when they built that pipeline, they told the oil companies, you have to pay everybody's income tax. So our citizens will not have to pay income tax. That money you have to pay. Well, you know how much money they make. So they built a pipeline, and that's why citizens in Alaska don't have an income tax. They don't need to pay it because of pipeline pies. Now the pipeline, the Keystone Pipeline, running through several states, they would pay a tax on that to that state continuously. Because that pipeline goes through here. You want to bring that pipeline through my property, you're going to pay me every single month. Okay, we can do that. So the amount of money that pipeline would put into our economy would just be amazing. Congress is trying to pass a bill to stop President Trump from getting buried in Arlington Cemetery. I might have already mentioned that in one of my other videos. I'm not sure because I had to redo all these. They're trying to strip him of his security and benefits that you get, that every president gets as an ex-president. And they're just going after President Trump. And it's amazing what they're doing, and Biden, his puppet masters, are doing. And it's like, yeah, but as soon as you people get voted out, all of that stuff can be used against you guys. Well, they're not concerned about that. Why? Well, we openly committed fraud. Dead people voting, if you just use that alone, dead people voting is fraud. There's no way around that. How can you say that's not fraud? Not counting all, anyway, the whole thing. So they know, well, I'll tell you what, we know that Republicans will never be able to take over the White House because we openly changed laws and did illegal things that we didn't have the right to do. 6 different states didn't have the authority to do that. The governor or the Secretary of State didn't have the authority to do that because it's against their state constitution and the United States Constitution, but they did it anyway and got away with it. So we can do whatever we want. And that's why it was no surprise in Georgia that the Republicans did win both those seats, the runoff elections. Well, no, because a month and a half before that, the state swung for Biden because of illegal votes. So it's like, well, wait a minute. So when they said, oh, we're the runoff elections are going to be fair, come on. There's a guy there's a Democrat up in New York that is now saying, okay, now he's a Democrat, right? So when President Trump said that the voting machines is part of the reason he lost in Michigan here, there's 3,000 votes that the Dominion voting machine switched to Biden. So you figure, okay, that wouldn't make too much of a difference. Yes, it does, because that's 6,000 votes. They took 3,000 from Trump, gave it to Biden. Yes, the county caught that, and they reversed the 3,000 votes and gave it back to President Trump. But the point is it happened. How many happened where they didn't catch it? Whether you want to call it fraud, whether you want to call it an error. But anyway, this guy in New York lost. He's blaming the Dominion voting machines for his loss, and he was a Democrat. When President Trump said that, the fake media, Google, who owns YouTube, Twitter, all of them took down tweets or put a warning on there saying it hasn't been, it's fake or hasn't been proven or whatever. Warnings on there, and take some videos down. So we can do that. Well, now that it's a Democrat, he's saying these things. They're not going after him. He's still on Twitter. They're not taking down anything. So it just shows you. But anyway, this was actually about gun control. So you like it, don't like it. No, wait a minute. That was the last one. That was gun control. All these run together because I do a lot of them at one time and I post them at different times. So anyway, Biden is really putting a hurt to this country. What does that say? Yes. Oh, power is almost gone. All right, so that means I'm going to have to end this one. He rejoined the Paris Climate Accord today, which is going to really put the hurt to this country, manufacturers, power generation. Remember, the Democrat slogan is, "Make America last." Put U.S. citizens last. And that's exactly what they're doing, and they're going to continually do it for the next 4 years. So anyway, thanks for watching.